Good morning, everyone. My name is John Sell. I am Olivia Sell's father, who is in fourth grade in Mrs. Hager's class. Hey, Liv, if you're watching this video right now, Mrs. McVeigh asked me to discuss with you a little bit of what it's like to be an architect. And an architect is a person who generally designs buildings and often supervises their construction. I am a principal in a design firm that's located just outside of Philadelphia in Conshohocken. The firm's name is Array Architects, and we do healthcare projects. So I do anything that's involved with a hospital, with building a hospital, designing a hospital. You may be wondering, what type of skills do you need to become an architect? And as I relate it to schooling, probably the three most important aspects of school that you need to become a good architect would be arts, math, and science. From an art standpoint, architecture is a very creative field, and you need to be able to draw, think creatively, problem solve. So art is a very important subject matter. Math is very important as well. There's a lot of mathematical equations that go into figuring out how buildings get put together, get dimensioned, ultimately get built by contractors. So math is very important. And then, of course, science. We need to understand how buildings go together. We need to understand how building engineering gets done, from the mechanical systems, electrical systems, and plumbing systems, as well as how buildings stand up from a structural standpoint. Those are all related to science and physics. And in order to become an architect, you definitely need to go to college. I happened to go to Temple University in Philadelphia, which was a very good school. What was the cool thing about architecture school was we did a lot of model making, a lot of drawings. As I mentioned earlier, it's a field that's very artistic. So being good at drawing, if you like to make things, build things with your hands, it's a very cool field to get into. The other thing that I had a really amazing opportunity to do is why I was able to go to Temple Rome and study in Italy for a whole semester. So I was there for about 6 months, where I learned Italian, studied Italian architecture, traveled all over Europe. So it was an amazing experience. I mentioned earlier that I'm a principal in my design firm, and we do healthcare architecture. So what does my day look like? We do a lot of meetings with clients, with hospitals in particular. I enjoy working on children's hospitals. I have a really cool project right now going on in Virginia, which is a 14-story behavioral health building for children and adolescents. So we do a lot of meetings, we do a lot of site supervision, we do a lot of work in the computers, renderings, we model buildings physically in the computer, and then we extract drawings from those models that we give to contractors to build. So those are some of the highlights of my typical day. So there's many different types of architecture that you can be involved with if you decide to become an architect. There's architects that do schools, museums, stadiums, all different types, houses, all different types of architecture. Passion of mine is healthcare design. I've been doing it my entire career, as I mentioned earlier. Up on the screen here are some examples of some of the projects that my firm has done. I've been involved with some of these projects as well. My particular focus for the firm is I'm their director of behavioral health design. So we do a lot of behavioral health projects for adults and children, and I direct the design for all of those projects firm-wide. And it's a very fascinating field. It's ever changing. No two projects are ever the same. And it's just a very creative and interesting field to get involved with. So I encourage you, if you are interested in becoming an architect, study really hard in school, have fun, draw, get a lot of math and science interest, and hopefully this will, spark a career and an interest for you in architecture. Appreciate it, and have a good day. Thank you.